Hey everyone, it's me, Sammy T, and today I'm going to run through the top 3 XP overload maps in Fortnite. Be sure you guys do stick around to the very end of the video because the last map I'm going to show you will blow your mind on how easy it is to gain XP. And disclaimer, I didn't make it. It's not one of those ones to be like, hey, come plug support me, but I'm genuinely blown away. Now, you've probably seen a lot of these maps around where people are getting this crazy amount of XP just from running in circles or doing something like that. I just want to show you some of the maps that I found that actually gave you a very large amount of XP, which allowed me to power through the Battle Pass and get all the way through to the Dark Voyager at the very end in maybe a week or so of playing. Full disclaimer, none of these maps are cheating, there is no hacks, there is nothing like that, and XP level varies depending on how the actual map has been set up. So what worked for me that gave me a whole heap of XP may only give you guys a little bit. I have all of the map codes in the comment section below, so please head down there and have a look and be sure to copy them and favourite your creator, the people that have actually made these. They've taken a lot of time to do it. I'm going to rank them 1 to 3 to show you which ones I found the most effective, the one in the middle, and then the one which I thought was good, but again could have used some work. I'm actually going to show you how to get to all the XP points as well, because there's nothing worse than watching all these videos and not actually knowing how to get there. Alright guys, coming in at number 3 on this list we have got Octo minigames, 25 plus minigames. This is the icon, so it's got someone who looks a bit scared and then someone who's got a knife, I think, pointing at the main guy from Squid Game, because why not? Your map code, if you are going to write this down, you were looking at 255033711281. Now, I saw this one and was interested because often they do this kind of subliminal messaging. They've got like level 0 and then in the next picture it's like bajillion levels, clearly hinting that there is some kind of an XP grab in here. This one does use a timer. A few of these use a timer, but these are timers that are well worth the wait. Fun fact with this one, I've never actually been on when there are other players, so it says you can get a whole bunch of players on here and you kind of play like your Squid Game games, but I've literally never ever seen another person on this map before. So show your creator some love, get around them, hop on, invite your friends. Alright, when you load in, you're going to arrive at this kind of Squid Game looking hall. If any of you have seen the show, it looks yeah, pretty much like this. So you've got a few pieces over here, you've got what your challenges are. You interact with that if you are playing anything. None of these work, so none of your doors, nothing works, nothing does anything. What you want to do is you want to ignore everything here, and you're going to actually head to the very back corner of this room. There's a teeny little like pad looking thing, this little blue thing here. The way to get into the secret door is you've got to stand on it. You just got to pop an emoji, so I'm just going to hit the reindeer one, booyah. Now your secret appears. Hold down your action point, and then you have a 1,000 second timer. Now I know these timers are annoying because you know they stall instead of you just hopping in and getting all the XP. However, I have learned that there's a reason they do that. Best way to support your creators, I guess, is to play their maps, and they kind of start to earn a little bit of revenue from you playing after that 1,000 second mark. So you know the least we can do. What you can do instead of waiting here, you can't fall off, so you can't actually fall off anywhere. If you head back, you can just kind of roam around here, but there is nothing to do. Nothing is special. There's no hidden anythings. It's just big and open. Like I said, I've never seen another player in here. 1,000 seconds is about 16 minutes. So to get back in, you got to hit another emote. There you go. So what I'll do, I will sit here, let this one tick over, and then you will be able to reap the rewards shortly. So I'm going to be honest, that was a very boring 17 something minutes. I thought it was 16, but it's 17. That yeah, they've really got to work on putting something in there for when there are no players, because you just dawdle around for really nothing. So anyway, I spent a little bit of time on this map, not a huge amount. The moment that time is done, as you can see, the wall disappears. You can just hop onto that grind rail, assuming I'm not going to glitch through it because that looked very suspicious. Like that, there we go. And XP just rolls straight through, so there you are. So there's 1,000, 2,000. Then you can run up and down this little piece here, collect as much as you can. It just keeps going and going and going. It's an open space, it keeps refreshing. What you will find with all of these though, guys, and just keep it in mind, is if you do spend kind of more than 10-15 minutes here, the amount of XP you get per reward will start to drop. So if you're averaging, you know, 200-300 XPs per little token, they will all start to drop. It's just something that happens, so that you don't sit in here for too long. At the very end here, you can jump on this little cool beanbag thing. Oop, we'll glitch out of the. There we go. Bounces you up and down like a big trampoline. You get XP in that as well. Makes you a bit motion sick, so I'm not going to spend too long in there. And then to finish yourself off, you can hit that grind round again and keep on going. Now you can do this continually. You can visit as many times as you want. This was a third on the list. We've got plenty more to go, so let's keep moving. Okay, map number 2 is this one here. This is Ultra Chaos Gun Games. So if I hit into that, should bring up. It's not bringing up what I wanted to show you. There we go, that's more like it. Okay, so again, this one here clearly has the imagery that there is something going on here. Weapon 1, weapon 999, showing that you can go all the way up. The map code you're going to want to use here is 656731962737. This makes it in on number 2. There are a few timers on this one. However, I find what it gives you once the timers end make it way worth having the timers. To be honest, the only reason this one isn't number 1 is because my number 1 map, literally, it is the easiest way. There's no timers, there's no wait, and it is unlimited as far as I am aware. So I'll walk you through this one. I'll show you how to get into all the areas. There's 2 main areas, and we'll go step by step and go from there. And unlike the one before, I have been on here with a few other players as well, so it's quite fun. You've at least got something else to do. Loading these up in private mode are good if you're just going to farm, literally just sit and just collect XP non-stop, all day, every day, and that's what you're going to do. But I would always suggest jump in with some people. It just makes it a whole lot easier. You've got to wait about 5 seconds once you land. Screen goes black, and then the world wakes up. And we'll see if there's anybody else here with us, which I don't know if there is or not. Nah, okay, so it's just us. So you end up starting here. It's a little town. There's a lot to see and there's a lot to do. However, we are just going to look at the main things for you here. So there's 2 little secret spots you need to go. The first one is right where you spawn, which is this little gnome here. Oop, this little gnome. Hold down on the gnome. You end up loading into here. So again, it's another 1,000 second countdown. Incredibly worth it. And then that counts down as you go back into the world you were just in. So you are able to still run around and do things. The second one, you're going to want to hit that bounce pad. Hover all the way to the beach. So you'll see there's a whole bunch of stuff around here. Head over to the beach. Once you head up and over to the beach behind the vault, which actually, to show you here, the vault here has got a timer. So that gives you some, not a lot in there really, but it does give you a little bit. There is a rainbow box back here. You're just going to want to press on that box as well, and there is another timer, which is like a hill you can slide down. So once again, I'm going to let these timers count down and not bore you with waiting here, and I will see you once all the timers are finished. Okay, I would say officially you started earning XP now, as there's a little counter that's literally just there. It is, just disappeared. Up on top here, so every, I think it's second or 60 seconds, 40 seconds, you get 2 XP, and that keeps going up and up and up, and that doesn't stop. So the more stuff that you claim, the more this just keeps going on and around. So I'm just going to go check in and see how close we are on our timers, as this normally means that you get pretty close to unlocking a whole heap of stuff. Got 200 seconds left on that one. And we have got, should be a little bit less on here. 160 seconds left on that one. So I'm going to roam around for a bit longer and I will check back in once it is done. Okay guys, now I've just clicked on the gnome, so that's always where I start just because it's closest. I've got 38 seconds on the clock, as you can see, just from being around, because this counter has turned on. I've already gained 284 XP, and that just slowly goes up and up. When you are in this gnome area, be very careful not to fall off the back. If you fall off the back, you do have to respawn and start again, and you'll find that any of the XP that you had that didn't kind of generate and go woohoo into your XP bank and give you the level up, it's not going to save, so you really got to make sure that you don't die on this, and you go nice and slow, as I know it can be a bit exciting, just kind of run around and collect as much as you can. There are multiple timers within this map. Now that that is done, I can hop onto the first part here and start earning. So I can slide straight through. As you can see, I'm not going to speed through it, but look there, I'm already up to 5,000 XP, 6,000, and it just goes up and up. So this is really, really good. One thing I will say with these maps, guys, if you're using this to just get through the battle pass and unlock as many things as you can, then they're absolutely perfect. If you think that's going to make you a better player just by doing that and not actually playing the game, then you are incredibly wrong. So be sure to continue to play the game. So after that is done, you drop down here to another 1000 timer, which is fine because you can hit exit, and every 60 seconds, you can see there's a 30-second counter. That one resets, the gnome one. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to run straight through to this other one, this little rainbow box, because that should be unlocked by now as well. If I head into here, you got a huge hill. Now this one's my favorite, if I'm being really honest, because you can run straight down the middle, and you are collecting so much XP on the way down. It often does like a bit of a lag spike because there's so much, and heads all the way down. That then leads to another 1000 point, and that will unlock when that's finished as well. So these respawn every 60 seconds. You can just run up and down as many times as you want. Same with the last one. If you're here for kind of over that 10-15 minute mark, they'll start to decrease in value, but that doesn't make it bad, because what you end up doing is you just end up bouncing between these two hotspots. So you end up going into here, hopping onto the grind rail, going across every time, and then 60 seconds you bounce back and go again. The next place that gets unlocked in here, it ends up taking you to a little hitbox where you can like hit it and get XP. If I'm being brutally honest, you can see it here. So there's a gold box with a question mark right down there, and then there's another one at the end, a little rainbow one that you can just keep hitting and keep getting XP. If I'm being honest, neither of them are worth it, in my opinion. They give you hardly any XP. You're just better off riding that grind rail on repeat and doing what I'm doing here, which is just bouncing from one to the other. Because if you just keep bouncing between the two main points, you're good to go. The second and third section of this hill is also not really worth your time, if I'm being honest. So you can't come down here. You can see the amount you're getting, already up to 40,000. There's two pieces here, so there's one right at the end here. It's like that little circle there. Again, same thing. You just hit it with your pickaxe or shoot it. It gives you like 30, 40 XP per shot. It's really not worth doing. And then over in there is one of those, same as that first map I showed you, that bounce where you go up and down. Not worth waiting around for all of that. So I would just literally, guys, if you want to max out your battle pass as fast as you can, I'd be doing something like this. Keeping in mind, though, that when there are other players here, that becomes very challenging, as on this particular map, one shot and you are dead. So I'll just do this grind rail one more time to show you how easy it is between them all. Super easy, super simple. I find for some reason the grind rail always gives more XP, even though there's less like XP coins to get. Not sure why, must be the way that they've configured them. But anyway, like I said, that is my big one for number 2. It works, it's easy. Yes, there is a 1000 second timer. You can just see there, leveled up at the bottom. Yeah, totally worth it. Totally need it. Let's jump to the next one, I'll see you there. Here it is, guys, number 3. It is Brainrot Tycoon. Now, I'm still wrapping my head around all this Brainrot stuff. I never thought in my wildest dreams that this one would make it on there, but I actually hopped in by mistake because I was looking for another one. There was, I think it had like 40,000 players on there, another Brainrot one. But anyway, I clicked on this instead. The map code that you're going to want to use to get into this one is 815760262408. Now this one here, pretty fun, pretty easy. Select it. My advice is I would load this one in private, because it is very, very hard with public to actually get anywhere with this map. Because what ends up happening is you kind of, the sub level is that you're kind of stealing each other's stuff, and it gets very, very hard to figure that one out. So by all means, open that one up by itself, put it into private before you jump straight into it. And for those of you that have never done it, it's obviously just above your play button. Hit public up to the very top, private, beautiful, play, and you will load in nice and quick. It also really brings down any lag and any of kind of your extra loading times, because there's no other players to account for. Genuinely, this map is going to blow your mind on how easy it is to get XP. This was a game changer when I found it. There is no timers, there's no wait, there's nothing like it. There's just a few easy ways to get XP, and it is awesome. So well done, Mr. Creator Man. I didn't see your name, but you did very well. Okay, guys, so when you load in, you're going to load into like a, I don't know what you really call it. It's almost like a town center type looking place. It's taken a bit of time, but you'll load into there, and you're going to see a whole bunch of pathways, which I'll walk you through what you can do here. Oh, here we go. So again, it looks very messy at the start. It takes a bit for everything to load in because there's just there's a lot to go through. I'll walk you through what all this does, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter because if you're here for XP, there are 3 main ways to get it. So first one, head to the Brainrot Vault and just turn off to your left. You will see here a platform with some Fortnite coins on there. All you got to do is run over them. Nice and easy, and you will collect. Now these do not respawn, but they have a lot of XP in them. So if you just run around and collect everything that you can. This is another one where it's hard if you're playing on public because everyone rushes for them, therefore you miss out. So if you just collect all of those up, that there's going to give me just under 9,000 XP, which is a really good start. Then you're going to head over to this little guy here. So I did this. So anyway, long story short, I didn't realize what this was until I started pushing it, and then I realized there is other ways to also earn XP. But if you're bored and you want to just be able to sit for a while, you're going to interact with this, and that's it. That is literally it. I have gained, I think the biggest one was like 36,500 XP before it started again. This thing just keeps going and going and going. I think it hits a point where it has to reboot for 5 or 10 minutes, then you can go again. But that is a very easy and by far probably the most simple way to earn XP and really fly through your battle pass. With this is, again, you need to load it in private because if there are other players, they will shoot you and it will get very frustrating to try and get anywhere. So that is this is, guys, it's amazing. This is a great method. This is fantastic. If for whatever reason you're not liking this and you want to move on, you've got to keep in mind you can't be a dormant player, otherwise you'll be hit for being AFK, away from keyboard. So after you've collected a few there, by all means you can keep that ticking away as much as you like. You have to select whatever piece of land you want. So I selected this one a little while ago. What ends up happening is you end up building like a town house type thing for all these guys. Anyway, it's very confusing what it is. I'm still trying to get my head around what that is. I just think it's a sausage man with a bat. It's very strange. But anyway, there's a little box in the middle here, which is where you get all your coins from, which is where you end up buying things to upgrade the room that you're in. But every time you hit that box, you gain XP. So in order to get money to buy things in the game, you actually have to hit the box to gain XP. So by far, guys, if you're looking for something that you can gain XP, but you're still playing, you're still actually able to do something, this is definitely the map for you. As I said, I'll put them all in the description below. You got to check them out. Which one was your favorite? Have you played any of these? Have you found some that are better? Because if you guys have found anything that's better, I really want to try it out and see how we go. Has anyone been able to fly through this battle pass faster than a week? I'm talking like a few days. Because if you've managed to do that, man, you're on another level. Don't forget, guys, I'm giving away 5,000 V-Bucks to a subscriber. All you have to do is be a subscriber of the channel, like a video, and comment your Fortnite username. I'll be picking a winner, and I'll reach out to you so I can send that over to you. We'll be friends. We'll play on here. It's going to be great. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one, and God bless.